So the opening weekend has come and gone for both Furiosa and Mad Max. And while Mad Max, congratulations, took the #1 spot by a very thin margin over, a kids-focused movie, Garfield. Furiosa took the official opening weekend at $25.5 million. Garfield came in second at $24.7 million. That's, not going to lie to you, as a lot of outlets have already started talking about and reporting, that's not good. Now, we don't know what the totals for the Memorial Day weekend are, like the long weekend, so Garfield may jump ahead for the long weekend numbers, but for the official opening weekend numbers, Furiosa takes in $25.5 million. And it's not good. It's not good. As a matter of fact, here's how not good it is. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety. The Warner Brothers high-octane prequel, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga, is facing off against Sony's animated The Garfield movie for first place on box office charts over Memorial Day weekend. Each movie has generated roughly $25 million over the weekend and an estimated $31 million through Monday. Both studios are reporting that its own movie is ranked #1, and of course, Box Office Mojo has declared Furiosa the winner, but only by a very, very thin margin. Whichever pulls ahead, here's the key part. Whichever pulls ahead, it's already been determined. It will be the worst Memorial Day opening weekend in nearly 3 decades. The worst Memorial Day opening weekend in nearly 3 decades. Here's another interesting little factoid. Do you know that Furiosa just set the Mad Max franchise record for highest audience score? Yeah, Fury Road had, I believe, an 86% audience score, which is fantastic. Furiosa, a 91% audience score. Now, just to be clear, I don't necessarily think that Furiosa was better than Fury Road, but I do think Furiosa is awesome. It's an absolutely awesome movie. Well, and I had some doubts, but never doubt George Miller. I'll never doubt George Miller again. The movie is absolutely fantastic. But why did the movie only make $25 million opening weekend? Well, there are some people who say, and I understand the rationale here. There are some people who say, well, people don't have the money to go to movies anymore. And I hear that said a lot. But the data kind of shows a little bit otherwise. Like, I went to the government site and this is discretionary spending in the United States, consumer spending in the United States. It has gone up. Now, obviously, you can see there in 2020, when the pandemic started, from 2019 to 2020, consumer discretionary spending dropped. Okay. It dropped. Obviously, pandemic, people were their jobs, they were getting suspended from their jobs, all that kind of stuff. It dropped. But in 2021, it went up again. In 2022, it went up again. In 2023, it went up again. And right now, 2024 is on pace to even beat 2023 for discretionary consumer spending. People are spending money, right? People are spending money. So why didn't people spend any money on going to Furiosa? Well, there's something else I want to point out too. And I brought this up on the John Campea Show last week, but I think it's really important to point this out again. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Miracle Made. Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so that you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. When they arrived at our house, my wife Ann loved the feel of them so much, she couldn't even wait for me to get home to put them on our bed. Miracle Made has self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. Miracle Sheets also have incredible comfort and quality. Miracle Sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So go to TryMiracle, that's TryMiracle.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to TryMiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's TryMiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Fury Road was a beloved movie. But would it surprise you to find out that Black Adam made more money at the box office than Fury Road? At least I think it did. Let me look up Black Adam here. Black Adam, because I know Black Adam didn't make $400 million at the box office. Black Adam, yeah. Black Adam made $393 million at the box office worldwide. It made more money than Fury Road did. And the reason I bring that up is because I think a lot of us, and I include myself in this, when we think of Fury Road, we think of this classic, like universally beloved, awesome, big blockbuster movie, right? That's what we think of. So it would surprise a lot of people to find out it did okay at the box office, but actually not a lot of people went to go see it. I think it made correct me in the live chat if I'm wrong about this, guys, but I believe the movie made $380 million at the box office. $380 million at the box office. So it's not like this franchise, it's not like Fury Road was some giant massive hit and then along comes Furiosa and it doesn't make any money. We're going, why didn't it make it? I mean, the reality is, as much as hardcore fans like you and I talk about Fury Road, romanticize about Fury Road, fondly remember Fury Road, and the overall Mad Max Saga, of course, the reality is it didn't do that great. So to expect Furiosa, a movie that is, number one, a prequel, number two, does not have the cast from Fury Road. I mean, they went out and got the absolutely phenomenal Anya Taylor-Joy, and she's incredible in the movie. Anya Taylor-Joy is great in the movie. Absolutely fantastic. And, Chris Hemsworth, amazing. One of Chris Hemsworth's best performances. I love Chris Hemsworth in this movie. But still, it's the reality of, you already had a movie that wasn't that big of a hit. Now you're doing a prequel of that movie without the stars from the previous movie. Should it really surprise us all that much that the movie ended up making between $25 and $26 million opening weekend? Probably over $30 million for the Memorial Day weekend. Should it really surprise us that much? I mean, Mad Max Fury Road, if I'm remembering correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong in the live chat, guys, but Mad Max Fury Road, I think had like a $40 to $45 million opening, which is better than the 30 that Furiosa is going to get for the Memorial Day weekend. But I mean, its opening weekend wasn't all that great either. Wasn't all that great. So, I mean, there's discretionary spending in the U.S. consumer spending. It's there. The data shows it. It keeps going up. But people just didn't want to go see Fury Road. Or I should say Furiosa. They just didn't want to go see it. So what are we left with? Well, I think this. I think there is a reality here that on top of the fact that Fury Road itself didn't make a ton of money to start with, and the fact that this is a prequel, and the fact that it's a prequel without the original actors, I also think there's something to be said about, and maybe this applies to Fury Road itself as well, that the dark, depressing, savage Badlands kind of movie is not going to appeal to everybody. Like an idea about a world that has gone to crap and now everybody's eating each other, metaphorically speaking. Everybody's being total savages to each other and killing each other and like all this kind of stuff in a desperate bid for survival. Maybe just the premise in and of itself isn't all that great. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But anyway, all I know is this, is that Furiosa has become the latest film that is really, really great to not end up doing so well. It reminds me, hopefully Furiosa can have a kind of Elemental kind of resurgence. Because you remember Pixar's Elemental, it started really slow. Like, what was Elemental's open? Let me pull this up. Let me see if I can find this. Elemental's opening weekend was terrible. Like, not the worst, but it was terrible. Elemental had an opening weekend of, where was it? $29 million. Elemental had an opening weekend of $29 million. So roughly where Furiosa is going to have its Memorial Day opening weekend. $29 million. That movie went on to make almost $500 million at the box office. Because word of mouth got out about how good it was and all that kind of stuff. And Elemental's fantastic. By the way, I know a bunch of you still haven't seen Elemental. Watch it. It's really good Pixar. It's really a great movie. Anyway, can Furiosa have that kind of a resurgence? Can Furiosa have that kind of legs where maybe it has a slow start and then kind of picks up because word of mouth? Because Furiosa is excellent. It's an excellent movie. So maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? Number one, did you have a chance to see Furiosa this weekend? And if so, primarily what I want to know is, what did you think of it? I mean, I absolutely loved it. I'm not going to say it's better than Fury Road, but I absolutely love Furiosa. How did you feel about it? And then if you liked it, why do you think more people didn't go out? I've got some theories. Fury Road wasn't that big of a hit. This is a prequel without its stars as well. It's a very bleak, dark, savage kind of looking film, which is awesome to me, but maybe not for everybody. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Jump down into the comments section below and let us know your thoughts.